Alright, today we're going to focus on grade 8 and the topic is functions and relationships. And we're going to focus on what? On flow diagrams. So what happens in the topics of functions and relationships? We have got what we call input and output values. So basically what we're looking at, we are exploring the relationship which happens between numbers. What do I mean by that? So here I've written that we've got input values, row, and output values. Basically what happens with the input values, these are the numbers that we are going to put into a row. Now when we talk about a row from your primary, and this is not your first time to see this diagram, by the way, some of you call it the spider web. So when we talk about the rows, you have been taught about the 4 signs in primary. You were taught about what? You were taught about addition, you were taught about what? Subtraction, you were taught about multiplication, and you were taught about division. So in here under the rows, you could be given any of these signs to use, right? So you could be given, let's say here, we can say that you've been given -2. And then here they come and say that multiply by p, right? -2, like that. All right. And then what happens? P represents a number that we do not know. So in this case, if we're having -2 here, it means to say that we are going to replace this P with what? With this -2. So it becomes -2 minus 2. Then when we say -2 on our calculator, it gives us -4, which means that the answer that you're getting is -4. The answer that you got is what we call output values. That's what we call output values here, right? So that is the relationship which is happening between numbers, to say that there is a number that you put, there is a rule that you are going to follow, and then there is a number, an answer that you get, which is the output. All right, so let's explore a few numbers. Here we're now going to say that we've got -1, then we have 0 and +1. So I'm going to be showing you the calculations here. And then negative, where there is a P, we replace with -1. So now we've got -1, -2. And -1 and -2 gives us -3. And then now we fill out on the output that our output value is -3. Then when our P is equal to 0, now we say 0 minus 2, which is equals to -2. Then we've got when our P is equal to 1, we now say 1 minus 2, which gives us -1. So that is what is happening in this case. In this case, the rule, actually we had 2 rules. We had to start by